PR is very much a way of thinking, right? It's a philosophy, in my opinion. You are looking at what's your key message, what's your positioning, how do you want people to view you, what do you stand for, what do you offer people, what do they get from you? You know, those key questions. That's what PR is.
Yeah.
I think certainly there are aspects that are creative in public relations, but compared to say advertising, I'd say it's much sort of further down in the spectrum. I think that what advertisers do, you can really see is a sort of very visual and very sort of storytelling aspect. And to a certain extent, there is a storytelling aspect to PR and PR campaigns. You can certainly sort of create a corporate story for a company, but I'd say it's more of a service than a creative industry.
To answer your question, yeah, definitely creative. Public affairs is also really creative. We're doing some work on an assignment for a US client, calling for further regulation on a shark fin trade.
So now what's happened is we're crossing there are more channels, so we're crossing channels more. So, you know, 1 + 1 really does equal 4 now.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
And that's never been so prominent before.
Right.
If we actively monitor the news, we can hijack it.
Is an aspect, but you've got to be able to know your audience and know how they speak. And also, there's still very much people are speaking to clients, whether it's on email or by the phone or in person, and again with the press.
And that social space, which is all of the social media platforms, predominantly in Hong Kong, that's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. In China, Weibo and WeChat.
It's an interesting one. We're always coming up with creative ideas. I think there's quite a lot of disrespect to intellectual property by the client community in Hong Kong.
I got the impression of all the jobs I've had in Hong Kong that people are a bit more aware of the company structure, and there's a little less, not maybe interest, but that junior members are more aware of how they act in front of the senior management. I don't know if it's just a respect thing. I wouldn't say we're being disrespectful in the UK, but that your boss is your boss, and you might come go for a drink with them at the end of the day.
I try very hard not to ever contact my team outside work hours. I want my team to basically finish work and do whatever thrills them in the evening. I had a teammate who absolutely loved basketball. He said he played in the worst basketball team in Hong Kong, but he absolutely loved it.
It seems to have evolved a lot from just sort of traditional media relations to the sort of stakeholder engagement side, social media, marketing and PR especially are really emerging, I think. And certainly with bigger clients or bigger campaigns, the marketing, PR, advertising is much more joined up.
Right. And really we have to be very creative in terms of identifying key targets.
So all of those channels play together. The channels are going to keep changing. We're going to very soon, within the next 5 years, the word digital will become redundant because it's all going to be digital.
Right. It's just not an
PR stays the same thing.
So
I'm very, very passionate about that, as you can see. But it's also that idea of don't forget the integrated. So now what's happened